least the theme song is good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the All Day Podcast. It's Lofa and Brett. We're talking Seahawks all day and all night, as long as you guys are here to watch and you guys are filling up the chat. We will be here to answer your questions, answer your comments, commiserate, laugh, cry, and complain pretty much all night long. 31-10 final score.
Yeah.
Out at Lumen Field today, the Buffalo Bills and all of the Bills Mafia pretty much come storming into the stadium.
They were there heavy.
In force, man. In the words of my son, who was there with me today, what the damn shit?
Smart man. Wise man. Great quote.
The young man turns 10 soon.
Wise beyond his years,
and
though.
he's learning to swear.
that game will do it to you.
Oh, what the damn shit was that, man?
That was a thorough ass whooping.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, all three phases.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. I'd say it was happening on the field. It was happening off the field. We were losing some composure. If we were coming apart.
Off the field. I thought Bill's Mafia was starting fights.
Oh, I didn't see any of that.
Okay.
Maybe people out there saw that. I don't know. I didn't see any of that. All I saw was our pets' heads falling off. Just it went from bad to worse to worse. Yeah. There was two bright spots of this game for me. My son was here with me, and we had a hell of a time. It was great. It was super fun. He drank hot chocolate. And hopefully those are the memories he'll take with him from today.
Brought his chain, had the swag on $1 million.
Oh, yeah. He had the drip.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you.
Me?
Raising the flag.
Oh.
Getting the crowd hyped. Hanging out beforehand.
I blame myself. I didn't do a good enough job getting them hyped.
I wouldn't put any of the blame on today on your shoulders at all.
The bright spot for me was the flyover.
Oh, that was really cool.
Dude, I could feel it up there. Doop, 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 doop. Like
they were very low.
I thought they buzzed the tower.
They really did.
And but yeah, it was awesome. You see the guys hanging out the back?
Yes.
That was badass.
Yes.
So, I mean, we started it off right. Started it off hot.
Yeah. Yeah. The energy in the building was awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Felt very positive. People were I think ready to brave the elements. Ready to bring it to the Buffalo Bills.
Which didn't happen, right? Until
it was kind of off and on.
I thought it was supposed to torrential downpour is what I heard.
Oh, man. On my way to the stadium today, a rainbow was crossing the sky over the city. And, you know, last week I had the hawk land in my backyard, remember?
Yeah.
And so we thought it was a sign. So on my way to the stadium today, I thought, oh, it's a sign. Oh, look at this. It's going to be an incredible. Yeah. Well, so much for that.
The pot of gold and the leprechaun were on the Bills' side. I'll say that much, bud.
Brother, man, that was rough. You guys start loading up the chat with what pissed you off the most. Since last week in a win, we did what were you most happy about.
What were you most upset about?
What is the one thing that's got you the most upset? Or if you want to have fun with it, which delay of game penalty was your favorite? Load the chat. We'll be here all night. Man, oh man. Mistakes and miscues, Lofa. I think this game, honestly, guys, I would have to have done more of a deep dive, but I was kind of so sick to death after watching this game that I didn't really look into it. But I can't remember as sort of ugly and all-around game in quite some time. Can you?
No. This was the first game we were just not in. Mm-hmm. Like, after half. Like, just nothing going our way, seemingly.
We were in it technically with about 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Oh, yeah. But usually, every other game, even the ones we lost, like even the Niners, which ended up being a 12-point loss, with 5 minutes to go, we're in the game down 5, right? Mm-hmm. So this was the first. I'm going to call it an anomaly. You know, I'm always positive, silver linings, but it was ugly all the way around. But what I will say is the first time we've seen this out of our Hawks.
Uh-huh.
So it was, not pretty. by any stretch of the imagination. But
You want to take penalties first or miscues first in this category, Alex?
yeah, penalties for 85.
Okay.
Brett. 85 yards.
Penalties on both teams. This was an ugly game with laundry all over the field.
Yeah, we had one other game because they had 11, so there's 24 penalties.
Ugh.
Like, it just seems like there's a lot of refs calling a lot of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna call it.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not here to watch you throw a flag.
There was weird ones in this one too, like the well, you want to start with the worst of them all, which was the 3rd and 6, the roughing the passer that Derek Hall got, Josh Allen went down, but there was also an illegal formation called
Illegal shift, yeah.
Right.
Well, I think they called both, like illegal shift and illegal formation.
And a roughing the passer, which I guess trumps them all.
Which, how is that possible? Like,
I don't know.
It's the same like when we threw the touchdown at DK, we had an illegal shift. Why is the play still allowed to go on? And, I don't think that time that ticks off the clock gets put back on. So, competition committee, get your shit together. Figure this out. Because that and then the offsetting penalties, which don't offset sometimes, is bullshit.
Yeah, how come one penalty trumps the other?
I've said this for years. If someone had 2 penalties and another team had 1, then okay. The two cross each other out, and then we're going to go with the 1, right, against the team. It's just.
I will say I went home and I watched some parts. I did because I just had to know what
Just
was
love
going on
torture,
TV.
don't you?
Well, you get a different perspective when you watch on TV than you do from the game. The roughing on Allen, it was, he hit him with his helmet in his helmet. I mean, he got him kind of in the face mask. I mean, it wasn't like in the stadium. It looked like maybe it was kind of one of these like light, like, oh, they should have maybe let it go. But he hit him.
See,
and
I
had
caught
to
it
throw
from the other angle, and I could see helmet.
You
to
knew.
helmet, and and it wasn't like bang bang, like you get a step and he ducked his head. So like, but it was just, I mean. There's never a good time to get a penalty, ladies and gentlemen. But 3rd and 6, when we can hold them to 3, and it's going to be 10-3 at worst if they make that field goal going into the half. Like,
what about Reed and Hall getting into it there?
Oh, on the sideline?
Well, they got into it on the field first.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the sideline.
Well, this is, again, maybe why I watched the TV footage back.
Yeah.
So Reed and Hall, they come face mask to face mask, teammates on the field, which I don't know if I've ever seen. And Reed's he's going at him, and he's like pointing at his head, probably like, be smart.
Think about it, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, I'm speculating, of course, what they're saying. I don't know what they're saying.
That's a producer Katie knows sign language. Producer Katie, what's this mean? Be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Use your head.
Use your head.
Yes. Think.
So then it carried over on the sideline. Now they were grabbing each other. Now Reed's got him by the face mask. I mean, they had to kind of be pulled apart.
Yeah, those are 2 guys you don't want to tussle with.
I wouldn't want to get in the middle of that.
But when you got a 9-year vet like Reed, he's who is the leader out there. Like Hall's in his 2nd year, and he's having a great year. But that doesn't override the fact of there's seniority leadership and just, he knows he did wrong. I would be interested. That's where you don't know what was said, right?
Yeah.
And so, but.
Well, they made up. They looked like they made up.
Okay.
Then like a couple, like maybe one commercial break later, then they were on the sideline kind of more just, all right, like kind of talking. And Mafe was kind of playing moderator a bit, like kind of standing here making sure like, you guys going to be cool?
Yeah.
So it seemed like it ended well.
Must have been a good commercial.
Yeah.
Maybe they must have had a good laugh.
Yeah. Other penalties, or do you want to go to miscues?
There's 10 other penalties, and I think, we're going to probably talk about it later with the group here.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You guys load your questions in there.
Miscues, I think we can go straight there. The snap. It's like we finish each other's sentences.
Sandwiches.
Oh, yes, that too. But I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that was not planned. But
The snap.
Heard around the world because it almost traveled around the world.
What? I mean, okay, the one in the Super Bowl that went past Peyton's head, at least, I mean, that one was maybe catchable. This thing was.
Dude, that was. A long snapper doesn't snap with that kind of velocity. Like.
Airmail.
What'd you say? I don't know if he has a crook in the elbow.
Well, did he have like a spasm? Like, why did he throw it so hard?
Fucking Henry Rowan-Gardner couldn't throw that shit that far.
Rookie of the Year reference.
So
funky butt loving.
Yeah, it was funky.
What the heck was that, man?
Absolutely rifled. And just, how about K9? Just running back there.
Yeah.
Because, like, when everybody else, they see a ball like that, you saw the whole defense just, like, hair on fire, like, seeing red, like, we're going to kill this guy. And scoops it and gets us back. It was a manageable, like, 2nd and 20, right? But it would have been 2nd and 35.
If he scoops it up and somehow manages to throw an incomplete pass, do we get it back where the whole thing happened?
As long as we don't have a lineman downfield, which we shouldn't.
I'm laughing so I don't cry.
And that wasn't a joke.
Oh, no. Oh, no, man. That was rough. And then the very but then even with all of this, we're still in it. We get the pick.
Yep. Job
from Job, our guy.
Yeah, just
our
jamming
guy
the shit out of the receiver
game.
and then jumping in front on the slant. Like, he's a real player.
Oh, but boy, he needed to get it into the end zone because then we had problems again.
Oh, shit.
And we go for it on 4th down, and Williams ends up stepping on Gino's foot there.
Yeah, so I have to see the copy, but you said you listened to the commentary or
Tom Brady, the greatest of all time.
Pretty good quarterback. He knows a thing or two about quarterback.
System guy.
Play. Yeah, for sure.
System guy. Big system
We
guy.
could have won Super Bowls from that offense.
Absolutely.
But, Jake Rosati.
Throw it to Randy.
Yeah.
Throw it to Randy Moss.
Yeah. I'm in. I got this. But the play happened so quickly that unless Connor got blown like 5 yards in the backfield, that one's kind of got to be owned by the quarterback.
That's what Brady said on the coverage, that he likes to stagger the feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, the quarterback got stepped on, ended up on his backside, and we ended up with nothing.
And it's 4th down, so it's not like he could do anything, right? Because I know a lot of people are like, well, why didn't he get up? I was like, okay.
No, he didn't have time.
No, someone jumped right on him. But there was a brief second there where he, like, smashed the ball, like on his back, like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, so I just know people are going to point to, well, if he had time to, like, smash the ball, he could have bounced up, and it's just.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
I'm just saying, because this is where the narrative, like, oh, he's just not a competitor because he just laid there and got pissed off. But damned if you do,
people
damned if you
really
don't.
saying that out there?
I promise you it'll come up.
Are you guys saying that out there?
It will come up.
Really?
But God forbid he gets up and the ball gets knocked out of his hands and they go 95 for a touchdown. Then they're just like, why didn't he just stay down and we could have had the ball then pinned,
Listen,
1st and 10 on the 5.
I've said and done some irrational things as a fan, but thinking that he could get up and do anything there is about like me thinking K9 can throw an incomplete pass when he's running for his life to try to do anything.
Yeah, but he could throw that, but it's got to go past the line of scrimmage.
True.
And we have to make sure no one's downfield, which with our luck, we would have a guy downfield for no reason on a pass play.
Other miscues, or you want to wait for the Q&A and see what they bring up?
Let's wait for the Q&A. I mean,
all right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's.
Moving on then. Offense struggles. Geno Smith is your leading rusher, 5 carries, 15 yards. I think we had 2 or 3 yards rushing into the third quarter.
I looked up there, brother, and I saw 1 yard. I was like, that's got to be. I was like, wait a minute. It'll fix my eyes. I looked up there and I said, 1 yard. So
So I mean,
buck 23, I think they had.
Is it so DK's out?
Yeah.
How much has that got to do with it?
I mean, are we going to play him at offensive line?
No. I just mean the offensive struggles. I'm sorry. I was filling in my own sentence in my head.
We were talking about the run game, and I was just like, wait a minute. I was like, where's he going?
I'm beside myself.
Yeah, but they're scratching their heads too. But I don't know. Like, and I don't want to jump to the other side, but when I see other teams like getting up to the second level, like I don't see any of our linemen climbing, and I don't know if that's by design or scheme, but when even a shitty offensive line, like teams we've played that just they don't really have a good offensive line, but they've gone up to the second level, that creates 3 gaps or spaces, right? And okay, you got to win each one of those separate one-on-ones, right? Those linemen that are staying at the line of scrimmage. Now, if you don't, if one of them loses, there's still 2 other options for holes. But right now, what I'm seeing is like we're staying on the platform, the double team, and like I just don't see anywhere to run. Like K9's gonna find somewhere. Sharps, they're all going to find or make even like Sharp and I will just run through anybody going downhill to like create positive yardage, and almost to his detriment sometimes. Sometimes a little impatient, but it's just I feel for them. There's no I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't. And so does DK have a role in that? Yeah, maybe if he's out there with his speed and vertical threat, but they were stopping the run with 7 guys in the box. It wasn't like they were committing an 8th defender, bringing the safety down the whole time.
So the offensive line is up next. That's why I think what I was saying is like how much just him being out, though, just having not the guy with Metcalf across the back of his jersey out there in general. Like, he just draws attention just from being out there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and there are teams that will double him because they don't have a number 1 corner that, like a Surtain that can just go from sideline to sideline and flip formation and match up. So, and when you don't have that, usually teams will put their second best cover guy on him, right? And help with the safety over the top or a linebacker in the intermediate just to make sure if he comes inside, you could just jam him, right? But it hurts, but I don't think it really doesn't do anything to our run game, so to speak. But offensive struggles, yeah. But, I'm going to still give the offensive line some credit. In pass pro, they didn't look bad.
No, they didn't give up a sack. I mean, we can move to the offensive line then. I'm sure the Q&A, the listeners are going to have a lot to say. That'll get us dipping back into
for sure
the offense and their woes today. But, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
No sacks.
Yeah. Run game was nothing in the trenches for us. And, that's definitely on the offensive line, right?
Yeah.
In the pass game, I felt like they held up. They had time. Didn't see a lot of guys open downfield.
Yeah.
And I think that's somewhere where we're really missing DK, right? But pass pro, Gino had time. There's other times where it's like, hey, man, you're back there. There was 1 or 2, 3 times that you're back there 4 or 5 seconds. Nobody's open. You have to just take a lane and just get 3 or 4 yards. We're not asking you to get a first down. We're not asking you to 40 yards like you did on the touchdown in the opening game against the Broncos. But just get something to stay ahead of the sticks. Ahead of the sticks is, man, we're at 2nd and 6 instead of, 2nd and 14 off of a sack or, God forbid, another holding penalty or any kind of penalty, right? So, yeah, we got to get creative, man, especially in the run game.
What's up, everybody? I'm trying to reset here. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for being here. We see the viewer numbers going up. Keep letting your friends know that we are on live right now. Send them the link. Why not? Make it easy on them. Load up the chat. What has you the most pissed off tonight? Or which was your favorite delay of game penalty? That's a bonus question for you guys out there. Geno Smith ends with 21 of 29 for 212. And then the receivers, JSN 6 for 69. Okay. Yeah. But then after that, it's Barner, Walker, Fant, Charbonnet. Then we finally get to Bobo, another receiver. Yeah. Finally, way down there with 1 for 15, Chenault 1 for 10, and Lockett 1 for 9. Not hitting the receivers today.
No, I mean, spreading the love. Pretty efficient. The interception was pretty tough. Bounced off, went through one of their guys' hands, off K9's hand, I believe it was K9, and then right into their D tackle's hands. So, I mean, that was brutal.
I blame us. I blame us for the interception.
What we do?
From the stands, I was blaming us.
Oh.
We've been talking about screens. We both love screens. As that play was developing, I went, ooh, screen, yes, and then no.
But I think we tried a couple screens, and it wasn't very effective. And you know why? Because they were worried about a run game, which seemingly nobody else has, like the Niners. Why were the draw and the screen effective against the Niners? Because they didn't have any regard for our run game. No respect. They're like, oh, we'll run back. We're going to get to Geno, hit him, but then we'll run back and hit K9, and he won't. I mean, 40 of our 50 yards against the Niners were on 4 draws. Like, this is like a Pop Warner play. that was effective against a very good pass rush. But here, their pass rush was not very good. They did not get much done against our offensive line. I'm still going to give our offensive line credit there, but screens and draws are not typically going to work against a team that is not screaming up the field.
Yeah.
So
that interception sucked. Like that moment, I mean,
well,
just
it was. I believe
whoa.
it was. Were we down 17-3
Deflating.
or 20-3? Yeah, it was. It was the drive. We were at the midfield, and it's like, okay, we can come back and make a dent in this lead, and it was tough, but it wasn't like the straw that broke our back, man. Like it was just nothing went right for us. I can't think of one thing that went right for us. Offense, defense, special teams.
We had a nice interception. And then Allen fumbled it, and then they recovered it for a first down.
The rain set in, which Johnny Langston said, he goes, Allen's terrible in the rain. Must have tiny hands, right?
I don't know.
I got these tiny hands. Remember that Burger King commercial?
Yeah.
But so as soon as I said, oh, here comes the rain, they're in trouble. He kicks one off his tiny hands 20 yards, and they recover it. And I'm just like, of course.
Of course.
They went from 3rd and like 10 to, 1st and 10 from the 40 now.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was.
I don't know what the over-under was on BetOnline for Bills rushing yards, but they rushed for quite a bit, everybody. Our run defense still just giving up lanes out there. And I'm going to be seeing Cook in my nightmares, and I think so will our defense.
$164. I think that's the 5th team
Yikes.
out of 8 games that has rushed. The 5th team that's rushed for 150 more on us.
Bet online, everybody. BetOnline.ag. The world's most trusted online betting platform. I actually don't have the full paper in front of me, so this is from memory, everybody. Get in on their $200,000 mega contest. Pick 5 games against the spread each week for your chance at $200,000.
I believe you.
That sounds like I know what I'm talking about. Use their online browser or their mobile app. It's betonline.ag where the game starts.
Yep.
Run defense.
Oh, that's where the game ends.
Buddy. They're running over us, man.
Dude.
Running through us, more like it, actually.
Through us, around us, betwixt us. It was, yeah, dude. We're getting handled in the trenches. There's no way around it. And, I mean, they're going straight up to the second level. And, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we have to start slanting guys, doing run blitzes, like just anything to stop the bleeding, Because I've been there before, back in 06, and, like, that's what we were like, hey, we're just going to send a missile through the A-gap. It's the missile. Send the missile through the A-gap, and then we'll figure it. Just flush it out, and, like, we'll figure it out. But, like, you have to do something to disrupt their timing because it's just too easy. 164?
164. Yeah.
And thank God they kept trying to throw. I don't know why. Probably want Allen to win the MVP. Cool. But, like, they could have ran for 200 plus.
Were you able to watch number 13 there at all? I mean, I honestly kind of felt for him just getting here 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Being thrown there in the middle. I mean, I think, ended with 15 tackles, but that's because he was just sort of all over the place, but maybe not in such a great way, to be honest. He was he was doing everything he could out there, but.
Yeah, just giving great effort.
Yeah,
you
tons of effort.
You can't get 15 tackles without, going around just tearing heads off. And, tough duties coming in. And, like, they just played the Bills last week, and I think it was, like, 34-10.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's got to be some kind of record, like losing to the same team, like, back-to-back weeks. But not a good record. Not one you want to be remembered for. But 15 tackles in your debut. Doing something right.
He's got to be setting the record for the most personal tackles against one team in a season.
Yeah. Right.
It has to be.
But, getting thrown in the fire. I think we talked about it on the pod that the DC from Tennessee came or spent time with McDonald in Baltimore. So probably a familiar scheme, and that's why they switched Dotson teed out over to the will. And he still he called it from the will spot, which not, T-Dot's a smart kid. Something we asked to KJ. KJ would call the game from the will Mike, or even I bet you he's called a game from the Sam, which is incredibly hard to do. But KJ Wright can do that because he can do everything. So this guy, you just had to get in, line up, and play. There's a couple times I saw T-Dot tell him, like, mug. So, okay, we got to show in the A-gap and then bounce out to the hooks. Like, just he was on, and I didn't get to, like, fully watch his game because I was trying to find where it was breaking the runs. And I was really just impressed. Their offensive line handled business, and then Cook. I a lot of respect for him. I mean, I always did because I loved his brother Davern, but he had some tough yardage. Even when he got hit, like, we were bouncing off him. He was finding a way to crease us. But there was like 3 or 4 runs where he didn't get touched for 7 yards.
I'm anxious to find out what's on your guys' minds out there and what has got you thinking. What are you thinking about still? What was have you let go of anything from that game yet? I mean, or are you just still hot about it? Yeah, you guys keep filling up the comments. We'll get to the Q&A here. Rams coming in.
Yeah.
Divisional game. It doesn't get any easier from here.
No.
It's a home game, though. I think. I mean,
yeah, it is.
To be flat honest with you, in Lumen, these last 3 or 4 games, it's hard to tell sometimes.
With the crowd noise and the other
hell is going on in there, everybody?
Yeah. I think I got booed when I was raising that flag.
Oh, man.
Bill's Mafia.
What?
Who the hell is that?
Bro, a couple times, like, just, like out on the concourse, whatever, and you hear a roar or some sort of crowd reaction, and you have the opposite. When you find out what happened, it's the opposite that what it should be. Yeah, you're like, ooh, we did something great. Oh, wait, what? The other team did?
Shakira's just got another catch.
What's happening, man? What is going on in Lumen with these opposing teams and their fans coming in, and they're not louder than, because there's definitely more Seahawks fans.
No, but
still,
then our plays aren't as loud, right? They got a little loud for the defense, though. I was happy about that.
It's honestly becoming almost embarrassing at this point.
We're gonna have to talk to Jimmy Seats. Find out. I don't know if is he selling? Is he selling to the other,
better not
team?
Be. Well, I mean, for a time, there would be certain teams that would travel well, but this is seemingly
was like
almost
Dallas,
every game.
Green Bay. Those are the only times you're going to see, a mixture of yellow or, blue. But, yeah, it was like red.
A little loud in there today, man.
It's just like the Giants game.
Yeah. What's on your guys' mind out there? Let's find out. A lot of people talking about Gino's reactions to a lot of things, not just the one that we talked about on the ground, but to a lot of different things, man. I mean, he's a fiery guy, but he's not afraid to show it out there. But I don't, like, he threw the ball at the one guy who hit him out of bounds. It's always the second guy who gets the flag. But I mean, does he need to keep his cool? I mean, what am I supposed to even ask here, really? I like my quarterback fiery, but I don't like it if it costs us.
Well, that was a sequence of 4 straight penalties, so I don't think one more actually killed us in that situation. But did get hit out of bounds, which the refs seem to ignore.
Yeah.
Right? Should have just throw the ball at the fucking official's face next time.
If you're going to get the flag, get your money's worth.
We'll get a GoFundMe going to pay for that fine. Right? But, yeah, no, it was that's one where he has to keep his cool. Just, nothing's going right, and, yeah, frustration sets in. But, but some guys do it, and they're like, oh, he's just a fierce competitor, right? The world's got their back. Like, that's the competitor he is. And then, Gino doesn't like, oh, what's wrong with that guy? Like, I don't listen to that bullshit or the noise. It's just like, come on, man.
Well, it's kind of a similar thing to what happens with DK sometimes, where he gets a little worked up and emotional, and then that can end up costing him like a flag or something like that. And I don't know, you take the good with the bad. You want him to be competitive. You want him to be fiery. I mean, like, same thing with Hall today, right?
Yeah.
It's like but maybe just a bit too much fiery. How do you tell someone to not be so fiery?
I think it's a matter of experience of just like being in the moment. And like, so I would say Gino knows better, right? Like, he's a 10, 11-year vet. I'm still going to give grace to DK, but it has happened a couple times too many. So it's like, let's learn. Like, we cannot do this. Hall, I got to give more grace to because This is his second year, right? And this is the first time he's really had significant playing time. But it should not happen again and again, right?
Okay.
And so, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Like, got to learn from it.
What do people got to say out there? What do you guys got? What's up first, producer Katie? Give it to us.
John Langston says, tough game. Lofa knows that I'm an optimist. However, today we lacked execution. I know folks want to give up, but Rome was bigger built in a day, and we will come stronger from this. Go Hawks.
No. Fire McDonald. Burn it down. That's it. Cash in your chips. Let's all go home. Sell the team to San Diego, and let's get out of here.
Johnny, amen, brother. We're still in first place. I don't care what anybody says. And how many other teams can say they're in first place? Huh? I think we're tied for first. But
You guys keep. Wait a minute. What? Even producer Mike's just shaking his head like, what? No. We can't keep doing this every week. Third place now.
Oh, the Niners won.
From first to, yeah, I was going to say. All right.
We're in third place, right? We're not in the basement.
We literally can't do that anymore now.
Yeah, breaking news. Okay. I didn't know McNeil was awake this time. Hey, but Johnny did say JSN was going to go off, and JSN went off. Shout out to you, Johnny. He's on the numbers. Johnny on the spot.
Third place.
Adam the Island says, I called it before the season started. Staley 2.0, undisciplined, inconsistent, unacceptable. I've seen enough Grubs offense. It doesn't work. And there's a serious lack of accountability on D.
Serious lack of accountability? Ooh.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Yeah, Adam's pissed, and I feel him. I mean, undisciplined. Mm-hmm. Where's some of the... Wait, can we get that back up there? Yeah. Undisciplined, inconsistent, unacceptable. Take those three.
Yeah. Penalties. Run game, seemingly not there. Unacceptable. Like, just get rid of one of them or make one of them work. So get rid of the penalties or find a run game. And a lot of our problems are solved, just like a week ago in Atlanta. And I don't even think we really got the ground game going, so to speak. K9 just had some phenomenal efforts on his individual efforts. But penalties were down. We only had 5 last week, and we were getting turnovers. And so on the defense, the accountability you're talking about, yeah, like, got to get stops, but you got to get the ball off them. If you're not going to, like, consistently stop the run, then you got to get turnovers. You got to live and thrive off turnovers.
Well, we got a turnover, but we just couldn't manage to run it all the way back into the end zone. So
we got one, but we lost the turnover battle. They had 2-1.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Josh Allen one, man. That was so close.
Only he could boot a fucking ball 20 yards and they can recover, right? It was like all our guys, but one of theirs was over there.
It's rare.
I was like, yo.
Well, I'm just thinking about what you said earlier.
Jump on the pile and... I'm not saying tear his hamstring, but that's what's going to happen. Like, you have to make him think about more than the football at that moment. That's our ball.
Yeah.
Like, that's the mentality. Like, we don't want people to get hurt, but, like, shit happens, man. I'm going for this ball.
I'm just thinking about how you were talking about, like, every bounce of the ball, almost everything that could go wrong went wrong. I mean, his foot gets stepped on. The snap goes over his head.
They recover. Interception. Like, it was a fucking shit show, brother.
Can we just hope that this was the one that Coach Mack will have for his 20-year reign? May he reign for long and forever. You know what I mean?
No,
because this one was. It's just if you're gonna have a game like this, let this be it, man. Let's just get it over with.
Get it all out there.
Yuck.
And I think we did. Fuck.
Wow.
But this is the only game that we weren't in the second half, and we got outplayed in the second. Giants was the only other game we got outplayed in the second half. Like, you go back, not just on the scoreboard, but, like, they fucking took it to us, and these guys did the same.
When did you guys know it was over? Fill up the chat. Let me know. It wasn't the touchdown before halftime. That hurt, though.
Yeah, no. Touchdown before half. We've outplayed everybody in the second half except for the Giants. So, no. I was still very confident.
Yeah. Well, I would say I wasn't very confident. That touchdown going into halftime made me go, ooh, a little.
Yeah.
Maybe twist around my stomach. My little tummy twisted around a little bit.
You're not me.
Yeah.
I was secure in our withstanding and where we're at. We were going to come back.
Go ahead, Katie.
Ram says, top wide receiver trio, my ass. After today, I don't want to hear it.
Well, there's only 2 out there, so let's start there. But no,
2 of the 3.
you know what? I'm gonna give you credit because 2 of them were out there. Lockett had 1 for 9 yards, 1 catch for 9 yards. That I did not see happening, especially with DK being out.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, like Gino had time this game. This is the first time, like I think all season, he actually had a clean pocket for most of it, and he wasn't using pocket presence to navigate, step up, and like evade sacks that should have been sacks. Like he clean pocket and just nobody's open.
I need to see more mojo from Bobo
Oh,
overall.
it was the Bobo mojo was flowing. Just the one across, it was a nice catch, just to keep his feet.
Stay on his feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to need more than just like 1 catch a game, though, is all I'm saying. There's a lot of Bobo jerseys in the stands for 1 catch a game. Let's go.
How many targets did he get though? That's what we got to find out.
I'm not blaming him. I'm saying either feed the beast or unleash the beast, or
Well,
let's ride the beast. Let's get something out of Bobo.
He's 6'5". Like if I just look over and I see someone under 6 feet on him, I'm going that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're in zone, Lockett or JSN, they eat zone alive. And the Bills, they've traditionally run a lot of zone, and so. Yeah, it's got me confused, the whole.
Shout out to my boy from the stands. He said, "Why don't they throw it to the tall guy?" I said,
Your son, Patrick,
Yeah.
the 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Sounds like an offense coordinator.
Why don't they throw it to the tall guy down there? It's a good idea.
The one with the mullet.
Probably
just
should.
rocking.
Adam Espinoza says, definition of
Is she
inconsistent.
muted?
We never know which version is going to show up on Sunday. We continue to lose in the trenches. I prefer 10 a.m. away games.
Hey, that's a great observation. Oh, shoot, what happened?
I think we're here. Well, let's just keep going. Should we read it back?
Yeah,
or
let's read it
should
back.
You go for it.
I'll
Was
read
it up
it.
there? There
Put
it
it up
is.
there.
Go for it.
Aiden Espinoza, thank you for joining us. Definition of inconsistent. Never know which version is going to show up on Sunday. We continue to lose in the trenches. Yes. I prefer 10 a.m. away games. Yes. I mean, right on both accounts. We've done better on 10 a.m. away games than home games. Like, it's crazy. But, yeah, the trenches. Where do we go from here is my question, Brett, to you.
As a team?
No, in the trenches.
On what side of the ball?
Whichever one you want. I'll take the other side.
Well,
Offensive. What'd you see?
you're the one
what'd
that'll
you
tell
see
us
with
the
Grubb?
defensive one, because
Yeah,
all I
I
see
will.
from sitting up where I'm sitting is just wide open lanes and guys running down them. And you've spoken to how we can help with that. But for the offense, like,
Grubb and Huff, weren't they UW guys?
yeah.
What'd you see out of them? What'd you love about them that rode you guys to the national champion, or was it just Penix?
Well, Penix was awesome, but in Penix you have a lot of what you have in Gino, which is a guy who's savvy in the pocket and wildly accurate, and so they are very similarly set up. I think you have a great back like Kenneth Walker, and UW had a great back last year, right? That can set up your incredibly accurate quarterback.
Play
Like
action,
the pieces are there. I don't. Is play calling something people are upset about today? I don't know if it was the play calling. It's just the execution, really. The run game was just not there. There were no holes to run through.
But when you played a Michigan team that was stout up front, right,
That's
on
true.
defense, and they were
That's true.
good in coverage, that was a tough game
That's
for you
true.
guys in the national championship.
Yeah, as soon as they couldn't really run the ball.
It was ugly.
Yeah, some adjustments need to be made for sure.
And those are 3. Talk about trio of receivers: Dunze, McMillan, and who's the other kid? There's one other.
Polk.
Yeah, Polk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are studs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
doesn't matter who you have if you don't have a run game.
What's next here? I think Katie's having a problem with her microphone, so we'll try to read these. Adam the Island Son, all the trade DK people are awfully quiet. What? Don't point at me.
I wasn't. I was pointing at McNeil.
Don't you
I was
start
pointing at
this shit
McNeil.
with... No, don't even... Don't stop, because they'll think that there's some shit there.
There's nothing there.
Just stop it. I'm not a trade
No,
DK
we
guy.
were addressing the.
It was the contract
the Twitter
extension.
sphere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
we were. Remember? Yeah, no.
You asked me if I would extend DK. I said not right now. I never said trade him. Don't put me in this boat.
No, but he's right. Adam the Island Son. Like everybody was, get rid of him.
Yeah.
We can get something for him. It's like because then they didn't want to extend him, but then you see.
I want him out there. I want him out there.
Absolutely.
If I got a problem if he's not out there. Like, okay, should he? Oh man, I don't know anything about injuries or whatever, and I'm not a doctor or anything
He'll be
like
back
that.
after the bye week. I wouldn't even risk him for the Rams game. I know
Really?
it's a divisional. No,
After what you saw today?
you don't risk for one game when you have what
What is the injury
more after-
exactly? Now I'm
after
going to
that?
be a doctor. Now I'll put on my doctor hat. MCL
grade 1 MCL sprain.
Sprain. Yeah.
MCL medial collateral ligament. That's all your stability, your stabilizer. So like, you can't cut. So yeah, you want to put him out there?
No.
In the Donjoy?
No.
Then just send him deep.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Send him deep.
Send
in
him
the
deep
Donjoy.
in the Donjoy. Yeah. Well, he's got straight line speed, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Tell him no right or left.
No, even Forrest Gump it. You're going to go straight up and you go straight across. And then you're going to go straight up after you catch that ball.
Oh, man. Here we go. Ramdeep. Oh, no. Now I have to do people's names.
You want me to
tonight.
do it?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Ramandeep Brar.
I truly loved seeing Jay Reed get into Hall's face for the dumbass hit. Also, you can see Gino getting fed up with the guys. Need Abe at right and Fant on side. Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, agreed.
Pretty much nails it.
Yeah, like I said, Hall's he's a young buck. I know he's having a phenomenal year, but I have to go back and look. I don't know how great Auburn was, right? Because that's where and it's a learning process. That's why even like those are things that you got to take into consideration, like when you're drafting guys. Like, hey, do they know how to win? Knowing how to win is not beating yourself. That's part of it. Like this is what like Holmgren preached to us too. Like he's like, it's hard enough to get a win in this league when you're fighting the other team. You can't be fighting yourself.
Yeah.
So discipline was everything. Played for Homer for 4 years. I think we were in the top 5 least penalized. 1 year we were the 1 or 2 years we were number 1 least penalized teams in the league.
Well, everything I've heard of McDonald is he's stern and he sort of demands all this accountability and all these things, but these penalties, man.
Yeah, but you
Doesn't
look
seem to.
But you look across. McDermott's a very disciplined. He leads a very disciplined team over there. They had 11.
Was it the rain? The guy's not like playing in the rain. Kind of get under everybody's skin.
Rain gets on your skin.
Yeah, I know.
I just didn't like playing in the heat. I run hot anyways.
Yeah, you don't want to get sweaty and frustrated and hot. And
No, I used to get IVs like before halftime, before the game, halftime, and sometimes after the game if I was that dead. Bag.
What's with us taking delayed games at home?
After a timeout. That was the one that fucking. You know what?
Sorry, that was a question from Brett. Sorry.
We're going on. Totally forgot. We're on the
Hi,
show.
this one comes in from Brett from Edmonds. What the hell's with all these delayed games?
After a timeout. After a timeout. How's that possible? Well, what about when they fucking had 12 guys on the field? I'm just like, snap the ball. It was a special teams rep, though, so I guess, we're not schooled in that process, but fuck. You got to have some kind of code word, like illegal. Just yell illegal. That's the code word. Snap the ball. Illegal means snap the ball.
It. Let's go.
All right. Okay, sorry. What was the
Mega
next
Delta
question?
Force. Here it is.
Mega Delta. Love the name.
This loss isn't on Gino. He's still the man. Our defense was the offensive one today. Nice.
Yeah.
I love seeing Jay Reed keep the young ones in line. True leader. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, of course.
No, those are
Yes.
great points. It's not on the whole loss is on all of us. Penalties, obviously, mishaps, miscues. I mean, that snap. I don't know how you rifle one that far. Like, that was an absolute cannon of a throw. But I will say Gino's going to look at this film and see, even though there wasn't anybody wide open down the field, there were several times, I said at least 3, where he had 4, 5 seconds, made his read, 1, 2, 3, even came back to his original, and then you got to take off. And, you know, it's tough because he did it against the Niners twice, and, like, we got a holding penalty and then something else. So it's like, what are you supposed to do? I could see why the frustration's building up. But then, yeah, I love that Jay Reed, he's the alpha in there. Mega Delta Force, great name, by the way.
How about, I got one from Brett from Edmonds again.
Yeah.
Before halftime, there was maybe 20 seconds. Somebody will correct me. There was like 20-something seconds on the clock. We had one timeout. Yeah, we knee it and run into the locker room rather than trying anything. And by the way, they get the kickoff in the second half, too.
Yeah.
So what's up there?
Yeah, I mean, strategically, it's just like, okay, we need to get into the locker room.
Yeah.
To, like, just go over all the shit we have messed up. Like, that's where I believe, like, from a coaching standpoint, they're like, all right, don't make a situation even worse. Like, we put it in the air and they run it back or something. Or, like, just another penalty or what. Even though they don't have enough time, like, God forbid, something bad happens, but as long as we don't turn it over. But in their mind, it's like one more turnover could just make this ugly.
What's the worst that could happen? The center could step on his foot?
Or rifle it 60 yards through the uprights.
All right. I don't know. It just was kind of a bad look.
Yeah. Someone else did that. I think it was in the college. They had an opportunity. Oh, it was USC. It was my alma mater. That's at the half. I think it was against either Penn State or I think we lost, or Maryland. Yeah, the game we lost, up 21-7. Got the ball at the 50. And it's like, okay. And then, we got it at the 40. They get a penalty. We get up to like the 45 or 50. And then we take a knee. We end up losing by 1 possession. And so it's like, you can't throw that ball in the end zone? Like, to make it hopefully 28. Because you might get a penalty. You might get a tip. Like the Commanders got today. That shit was wild. Like,
yeah.
You got to go for that.
Yeah. I walked in tonight to record, and one of the guys here was like, oh, I'm a huge Commanders fan. He goes, that game made me so mad. I turned it off and just couldn't watch the rest of it. And I said, hold on a second. Wait a minute. You didn't see the end? He goes, no, what happened? I go, you got to get out your phone, dude.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, you missed it.
Dude, did you see the corner for the Bears?
Yeah.
That was like pointing at he was talking shit. And the ball snapped. He's like, oh, there's a play. And then he runs over and goes to try to swipe it.
Crazy.
And it bounces to the guy.
Oh, everything going Jaden Daniels' way this year.
That's got to be, and he played hurt too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year. Speaking Rookie of the Year.
Well, it's a long season. It's not over yet.
Keenan, you can't blame Grubb for not running the ball when they don't get any push. 0. Also, a good day for DK and his agent.
Shit.
Lol.
Not wrong.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, Grubb's still calling run plays. Even there was a game a week or 2 ago, and he was still calling. He was still leaning on it to try to set up, the pass. But yeah, I can't blame him. I'm just asking, like, what's going on? Like, what do we do? And, like, my suggestion is, like, well, shit, if we're not pushing anybody off the line, if we're not owning the line of scrimmage, then just go up to the second level like everybody else is doing. Climb, right? And now there's 3 holes open. One of those 3 matchups inside that are left on the line is going to be undisciplined and sneak inside. And that's where K9 or Sharbs is going to expose it. You have 3 options to run through now. You're going to make the right read, right? Like 33% chance. Not a mathematician. 0.333 repeating.
What else? Who's next? Uso Cat.
It needs some polys in the trenches. Ain't no damn dog in there. Especially when it comes to a scruffle, my bad. Laughing my ass off.
How'd they get a picture of your chest?
Beast.
Is that off your OnlyFans? What is that?
I wouldn't own a shirt either, brother, if I had a chest like that. But I tore both these pecs. I'm thinking about getting implants.
So what about it? No dogs in there.
Yeah, I just need a little nastiness. And I hear what he's saying. Like, just when I was playing, and I'm going to take it back to the fucking 20 years ago when we had the greatest offensive line probably ever assembled.
Tell us about that, Grandpa Lofa.
Fuck, dude. Well, PTSD. Sorry.
It was some good times.
Yeah, there was just fucking Toback, Gray, Locklear, and then 2 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Hutch and Walt. Just nasty. Like,
Gas was $1.30 a gallon.
oh, man. But they finished blocks. Like, you're going on your back.
Yeah.
And then they're going to laugh as they run over you and jump onto you.
But if you do that now, you get a fine in your locker the next day.
Or a holding penalty.
Or a holding penalty.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think we just got to get more creative with the runs. Like, I did see, like, a puller on one, and just shout out to them. They made some tackles. There was one, K9 was on the edge, and he beats that guy, and I don't know if anybody's catching him. And it was a very early, like probably one of the first or second plays, because we ran it first 2 plays of the game. And the corner came up and just made a hell of a tackle on the edge. And not many corners do that on K9.
Is Buffalo's defense this good?
No, they're not. Our boy Sal Majorana told her they're not. And, well, Sal was wrong.
You know, we had Ovi come on from the Falcons' perspective and say that the Falcons were going to smoke the Seahawks, and that certainly didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And then Majorana, like, he kind of sounded like, you know, not.
He was nervous.
He wasn't, like, overly enthused, was he?
He was nervous coming to the Pac Northwest.
But I think there's a bit of a bait and switch going on, I think, around here.
The old Kansas City shuffle.
Yeah, man.
Alina!
Josh Allen just picking us apart today. Alina.
Hey, if the rain had come out like it was supposed to, I was going to go shirtless in Seattle for the fans. Just really get them revved up.
Alina's comment, though, we didn't read it. We're doing that thing where we're just like thinking things and not saying them out loud tonight. Lofa, you should have done the truffle shuffle after raising the flag, wearing Chunk's shirt. That would have been awesome.
I know. I wish I did.
Yeah, but if you would have, and then that game would have ensued.
Yeah, you're right.
They have
never invited
It has
back.
to be a reverse.
Yeah.
Of what
Or
we
it's
have to
just
beat
an
them
onside,
31
just an
to
ass
10.
kicking.
Yeah,
and
no.
they'll be like, yeah, he can come back anytime.
No. You don't want to make Sports Center for those reasons.
No.
Other reasons. Bionic Giraffe 94. Can we revoke all season tickets? Embarrassing.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Now we're using our heads.
We're getting creative, and I love it. Bionic Giraffe.
I like
94.
where your head's at.
Like,
yeah.
hey, let's put them back up for auction. All the people that are on the waiting list. Hey, you're in.
It is concerning, honestly.
Yeah.
Being a fan and going into Lumen these last few games. I mean, right? I'm looking around the room. It's nothing but Seahawk fans. You guys, right? I mean, come on. Like McNeil, we know like Niners have traveled well in years past, like we said. We know there's certain fan bases. Not every team we face. And is this happening in other stadiums too? Is this happening, like, are other teams experiencing this as well with opposing fan? Like, we used to be a fan base that would go into other teams' arenas and be loud.
Walk into your trap, take your trap.
I know, but
Which is what it's happening right now.
it's happening every
happening to
week.
us.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Fuck.
I don't like it at all.
I don't know. Well, Atlanta had a lot of false starts. Maybe that was the 12s traveling.
Maybe.
Has the game got so big that there are fans everywhere now?
I mean, for sure, but to be, I don't know, taking over, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no
like,
home field advantage anymore. I know what you're saying.
So home fans are just not going, but people, so like transplants who live in the other cities are just buying all the tickets, or are people traveling for these games?
This is a question for Jimmy Seats.
It is.
Get to the bottom of that.
Yeah. All right, we will. Eaglet Snupper.
You always want to say elegant.
I know. Top.
Yeah.
Wait,
Time of possession.
Oh, time of possession. Right.
Thank you.
Good point. Time of possession, 38 minutes and 3 seconds for the Bills to 21:57 for the Hawks. I wonder how much of that was towards the very end of the game, because it was tilted way more than that before the final.
Even at half, I think they had a significant. Yeah.
We have two running back ones down our wide receiver one, and it's rainy. A smart game plan would be to run the ball with a stubborn prejudice.
Just shorten the game. I love your takes because they're backed by facts. And those are facts.
But we couldn't run.
But at least you shorten the game, and the defense isn't out there for 40 fucking minutes. That's a
Yeah.
long time. You ever played 40 minutes?
No.
I have. It's not pretty. You're either kicking the hell out of somebody's ass, or you're getting your ass kicked. And I think I can only recall maybe one game where we were out there for 40 minutes and we were having fun.
Bro.
The rest were just ass kickings.
It does not sound like fun. No.
Oh,
and
man.
You got to give them a break. Yeah, man. Time of possession, geez.
Eagle Snapper. Always coming with the hot takes.
I was texting the group time of possession all game long.
Yeah.
We got to get the ball.
Shit, third downs. We can go there.
Yikes.
I should talk about that
You want
too.
to get some stats?
Yeah.
Alina. She says, it rained so hard at my house the last 24 hours and during the game, I swear I was going to float down the road. Not kidding. Roof is literally SOS now. Yeah. The drive in here this evening was maybe one of the scarier drives I've had in a few years.
Yeah.
Some big drops out there, man.
And you should see this guy drive. A real thrill seeker.
Putting it to the test tonight. Speaking of Forrest Gump, it was like Forrest Gump rain out there tonight. There was some fat
Sideways
drops.
rain.
Then there was some sideways. There was some sheets. There was some mist.
Some rain that came up from under us.
It was at one point there was sunny skies and rain.
Yeah, I saw that.
At the exact same time.
That's kind of cool.
That's how you got the rainbow.
Yeah. Is it? Look at you.
That's some science, Holmes.
Bill Nye.
Yeah. Local guy.
And then Josh Allen booted a fumble 20 yards for a first down.
Ryan Mahoney jumping in the chat. Bad O-line because Forsyth is gone. Felt like week 9 of 23 versus Baltimore, which was a real ass kicking as well. Wait a minute. So we
Are
all
we back
want,
on the Forsyth train?
we want Forsyth
Bring
gone.
him back. Bring him back.
First few weeks of the season. Now we're sad he's not there. Pick a lane, everybody. What is going on out there?
Yeah, I think we're all just confused. I mean, I know I am.
How'd Jarrell do today? Anybody notice?
I mean, Gino led us in rushing.
Okay.
So I'll say that much.
All right. Bradford, should we check in? Do like an O-line check-in all the way down? Little roll call?
Yeah.
How about Bradford today?
Wasn't he the one that stepped on Gino? Because we were saying Connor. I think it was him, though.
No. I think Williams is the one who actually did. But Bradford, I think, he's there too.
He got credit with the tackle.
He was
got
there,
credited
too.
with the tackle. Yeah, dude,
They were all in on it. Oh,
You, me,
go
you.
for it.
Alina, thanks for chiming in again. It's the first year I've seen so many other fans be at our games.
Yeah.
Yes. Sick of our fake fans selling their tickets and Epic Seats.
No, how dare you?
Not offering seats to locals first. Take that, Jimmy. I don't see this in other stadiums. This is BS. Well, we love Epic Seats. I don't know if this is the case. I'm going to say it's definitely one of those other ticket brokers.
I think, though, I haven't been able to connect with them on any of this, but maybe we should. Maybe there is something to that.
Get them on the pod.
Yeah, man.
I wanna talk to-
Let's get them on here.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit. What is this? Are the Mariners playing the Blue Jays? Like, what is happening? Shouldn't be every team. I swear to God, if Jacksonville comes in here and does this kind of thing, it's over. I mean, at
man.
least it's the Bills, it's the Giants,
Well,
it's the Niners.
The Rams are this week, Chief.
Yeah, and the Rams fan base is lame.
I mean,
AF.
they don't even go to their home games. So if they take
No.
over our fucking trap,
Yeah.
I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah. People in St. Louis don't even know they're gone. People in LA don't know they've arrived.
I don't even think they showed up for the Super Bowl parade.
No. They didn't even know what was happening.
That's like a free day off from work in most cities.
Most of them. No.
Okay.
Keenan, back in the chat. We need more out of our cornerbacks. Every time we went nickel, Bills targeted Job and would absolutely shred him. He did have the pick, obviously. That was awesome.
Yeah.
He got torched on a couple. He had some penalties, I believe, also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I got to give him credit. not just for the pick. I mean, the pick, it was beautiful. He jammed the guy, sat inside heavy, and went for it. I just feel like we're not challenging. He's at least challenging guys. And, yes, they did catch a 1 or 2 over the top, but this is also why he got the interception. This is an undrafted kid. He was with the Eagles for 2 years. We got him, and he's been thrown into action, with probably not much time to actually prepare, at least in terms of, like, starting games. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So even might be in your second or third year, but this is his first, like, real action. He's stepping up. This is a national championship from Alabama, national champion from Alabama from 2020. So, even if you didn't start on that team, which I do remember the name Job, but you're going against, those receivers that they put out for the last 6 years, which are all first rounders. So I got confidence in him. He'll be fine. And pleasantly surprised, yes, there's some things he's got to work on. But when we were in Atlanta and we were getting all those interceptions, it went hand in hand. We had pass rush. Like Josh Allen had all day to throw the ball.
He's pointing at his T-shirt.
All day. All day I throw the ball.
I'm just telling the audio-only listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
People tune in on the podcast the next day. They don't watch the video,
That's all the more reason to watch the video.
It to them. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Go check it out on YouTube, everybody. Yeah. What's next? Next comment. Alina, Brett, only way to fix this is to do the truffle shuffle. Alina.
We're going to get the truffle shuffle before the season's over. We're going to do it for you.
Do it, BTW, Katie. Thank you for letting me hear the echo voices. It's like I'm with Clark and Ellen at the Grand Canyon on the way to Wally World. Oh, that's a vacation.
Did you drop
reference.
A BTW, Katie? Thank you. So you didn't read the by the way, but then you read the thank you. Okay.
Well, I felt like it would be. Everyone knows what BTW is. You just say TY?
Or tie. Just say tie.
But people say BTW in life as a way of saying by the way.
Okay.
Right?
They don't say TY?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you, Alina. We will get that truffle shuffle for you.
No, we will not.
Follow him on TikTok. Big TikTok guy.
John Langston jumping back in. Our lack of third down efficiency has been a pain point. We're 1 for 7 on third downs. You were going to this earlier, so thank you, Johnny.
Yeah.
1 of 7 on third down conversions. Bills were 8 of 15 on third downs. That's huge. Absolutely.
Huge. I mean, the fact that they had twice as many and they were 50% efficiency is alarming. But, yeah, we only had 7 opportunities. And I think there was one other game where we only had 8 or 9 third downs. It might have been last week, but it was first down, second down, first down. So we didn't get that many opportunities because we were just driving the ball. But in this one, it was you only had 7 total third down opportunities, and you were one of them you completed. Yikes! And they had 8 out of 15. And what I'm seeing is dude, if we're 3rd and 6 and they're going to throw the ball, let's not line up at 8 yards, please. Fucking
seems easy enough.
Patrick.
Yeah.
I could put Patrick out there to do that.
Yeah.
His 10-year-old.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I'm just saying,
he'd understand it at least.
3rd and 6, I'm standing at 5, and you're going to have to threaten me with some speed and push me vertical before.
Well, so then what is it? Is it the Jimmies and the Joes or the X's and the O's?
Both, brother. It's a combination, and that's where it's so confusing and it's tough. But that's where I give Job credit. At least he's challenging guys. And Shakur made a couple spectacular catches on him, which was unfortunate. But, coverage was tight. Josh Allen, he always had my respect. But that was some of those throws, especially the one across. That Spoon was, trailing that guy. On the money, on the run. It was insane. And that was a first down on third down. There's a couple others. And just, it's hard, man. There's no perfect defense for a perfect pass, man. He puts it over the shoulder, almost out of bounds, where only his guy can get it, and the coverage was tight inside, and they were the better team today. Top to bottom.
In a lot
offense,
of ways.
defense, special teams, they were the better team, man.
In a lot of ways. I mean, what to get it turned around is almost I don't even like even saying it that way.
Yeah.
It's what's tomorrow like in the building?
Oh man, it's a long day. Fucking long. And I used to torture myself and watch it all right after, twice, 2 or 3 times. I would go home and I'd just be sitting there and just stewing, looking at the film, fuck. fuck, what are we doing? Why did we do that? And, you take ownership as a player and accountability. And that's how you get better. Like, that's, you have to buy in and just, hey, yeah, I fucked up. It won't happen again, and, like, you learn. And this was not one or two plays. Several other of our very close losses, one or two plays changes everything, whether it's a third down, a turnover, an untimely penalty. But this one was just a thorough ass kicking.
Jonathan Smith, thank you for joining the chat tonight. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Somebody just came in, or sorry, just came in. This was rough. I'm beginning to feel that the roster is a little thin. This is what I was just asking about the Jimmies and the Joes. Yeah. Hope you guys are having a great night.
Yeah.
Honestly, sitting around getting to talk with you guys and getting to chat with you makes it better. Hope you guys feel the same way. I don't know if John's being a smart aleck there at the end or not.
He's not.
But I take it sincerely.
Appreciate you,
and genuinely.
Jonathan.
We love you, John.
Yeah, we're definitely getting tested. Thank God we got some of our D linemen back, because we were seriously thin for those 3 games that we lost in 11 days. Yeah, we were without Brown and Reek last week in Atlanta, and so Job and Spoon. Spoon's just been a savage out there, and he had a couple caught on, but he was challenging guys. There was another one on the turnover that Job got. Did you guys see Spoon? Fucking planted Josh Allen and then just landed on him.
He loves blocking.
Loves it.
He loves it.
Just loves contact.
Yeah,
That's
he does.
why I love him so much. He's just a dog. And
Put him out there and let him lead someone on a screenplay on offense.
Right? Like,
yeah, let's go.
Just he's a decoy. Like, we're gonna put him
out there as like the slot receiver, throw it out wide, he comes out.
And he's going to go kick the shit out of your biggest guy.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen, okay, this is what, 5'11", 185 to 6'4", 245. And Josh Allen, he just jumped on him after. And then Allen just like took him and like threw him off, like, get off me. And he got up and went back chirping. And like, it's just like, I would just play those fucking plays on repeat in front of the whole team. I'd be like, hey, fellas, if you want to see what kind of effort I'm looking for, it's that. Just watch 21 over and over and over.
And it seems like he always goes and finds a big guy.
He will find the biggest dude. Like, because he looked inside and he saw like some easy targets and he was like, nah, not exciting enough. And then he looked and he saw a monster in Josh Allen. He's like, yes, that's where I'm going.
Him.
Yeah.
Jonathan Smith, speaking of him, he's back in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't care what the run to pass percentage is. I just want them to call plays that can work, and it feels like the line can't support run plays.
Yeah, that's what I said. Jonathan, you said you joined a little late. We appreciate you for joining at all. But we have to get creative, and we have to just start sending linemen, like guards or whoever's open. So you'll see whether they have 3 down or 4 down, there's a gap assigned to everybody. And where there's an open gap, there's a linebacker behind them or a safety that has to fill that gap. If you don't have someone there, just go straight up to them, right? And now we're going to create 2 or 3 lanes. All it takes is one of these assholes to jump out of their lane, and K9 and Shards will expose them. But sitting heavy on the double team, and that's not getting it done. So that's my only suggestion in terms of getting creative. Ramon Deep Bar. Love you, Lofa. Call me Ram. What? Ram. Okay. And your top player, Tony?
Who's the top player, Tony? Uh-oh.
I love you, too.
We're going to need a follow-up.
Love you, too, Ram.
Yeah, we can call him Ram,
I'm going to call you Ramon because we're playing the Rams. Is that all right? I'll call you Ram after we beat the Rams. Superstitious.
We have 2 follow-up questions for you.
Little stitches.
Here we go. Alina. Brett, how many games did the Hawks win that you attended? Are you bad juju? Only Goonies will get rid of it. All right. Enough with the Goonies. The Hawks have won plenty of games I've been to. That's why I love them so much. Hello?
Yeah.
How about DK catching a game winner down in Los Angeles? That's one I did on the road for all you guys.
Yeah.
All right? So this one's not
New
on
York,
me.
when we shut them down?
Oh, dude,
we were there.
On the road.
We were there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I wish we could have got that one in Germany, though. Damn, Tom Brady.
I wasn't there. I went to the bar.
You know what? I saw Tom Brady because Lofa was doing the flag thing. We all got to go down on the sidelines pregame. Never gotten to do that ever. Probably one of the coolest experiences of my life. And my son got to do it at 9. And by the way, he kind of looked at me like, so is this what we get to do every time? And I thought, this little chump, you know?
He's just asking.
Man, what I mean,
Alina.
my first games back in the day in the 80s in the Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's down saying hi to Cliff Averill.
Right.
What the hell?
We're 2-3, Alina. All right. That's not our fault. We've been to every game. If you want us to sit a game out, we'll do it.
Yeah, but then what if they lose that one too?
Then we're back in.
Then
we're back in.
Then we realize it's not okay. Jonathan Smith, why does let's see. Sorry, why defense does tired more rapidly than offenses? Is it just lack of switching personnel? Never played. Would like to understand though.
No, you get worn down. So what do you tire quicker? Offense, when they're moving the ball, these sick bastards, they get like another gear of energy. They're just like, yeah, we're kicking ass, right? Mm-hmm. And like on the other side, it's like, fuck, they just got another first down. It wears on you, no matter how well conditioned you are. And then all the, got the coaches yelling and the players yelling at each other. You're just trying to like tell everybody to shut up and like focus on the moment. But offense, especially if they're running the ball, they're like, even though they're running 15 yards, the big boys, they get up and they're high-fiving and they're getting more energy from those first downs and those like the style of running. And so that wears on defenses. But but we were out there for 69 plays today, bud. It's a long time.
Do you think that the 10 yards for each first down needs to be modified to account for inflation of players over the years? Like bigger, faster, stronger? I mean, guys are probably taking, honestly, bigger steps. Should it really be like a 13-yard per first down?
Are you going to lengthen the field? Or just make the first downs further?
I don't know. I guess maybe we need to lengthen. Now we got to rebuild stadiums and stuff. Maybe we just deal with the first down. You know what I mean? Like, when was football invented? People were smaller, probably.
Definitely.
I'm onto something.
Maybe, yeah.
Or not.
Well, I mean, they changed the kicking rule, right? I'm telling you, a couple of years, kickers might be gone.
Yeah, they could change all kinds of stuff. Whatever they want. Make it easier on the defense. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, what we talked about when they did change the kicking rule, I feel like the kickers are getting phased out. I feel bad for them because, like, okay, you get rid of the kickoff, right? And so then now, are you going to, like, really make the biggest play of the game come down to a guy kicking a ball? Or would you rather see Gino or Mahomes or Allen throw for... Are we on the train tracks?
That train sounds like it's in the room.
It's like it's going to come through that wall right now.
Wow.
Sound like that flyover we had.
Like LL Cool J in the Coors Light train. Just coming right through the wall.
Yeah.
Cold filtered.
Or the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah. Well, if they did make the first down a little bit longer, you could get more Delta miles.
Boom.
Go with the throw.
Right.
Off the top of my head. Going to try to remember this one.
I like that one here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we could cheers too.
Oh, yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, there you go. 12 status, everybody. 12status.com. Make sure you're signed up for 12 status, especially if you're a Washington State resident, because that's the only people that can do it.
18 or older.
Yeah. 12 status.
Yeah.
Every single citizen of Washington State should be signed up for this promotion. It makes no sense if you're not signed up for it. It's absolutely free. Can you imagine if you're underage and you're like, you know what my thing I'm going to do to be a bad kid is? Sign up for 12 status.
Hey, we'll appreciate you. Sign your parents up.
Yeah, 12 status. It's free. It takes less than a minute to sign up. You put in your email address, boom, you're signed up, and you get a Delta Sky Mile for every yard that the Seahawks throw for this season.
212 today?
12status.com, everybody. Next comment or question, what's going on? Alina again. Lofa and Brett, you should have asked Michael Dixon. Oh, guest of the show this week, everybody. Go find the interview. Yeah. It's on the YouTube. Who his favorite Aussie Rules team is.
Mine is West Coast Eagles from Perth.
Oh, BTW.
Vegemite is gross.
She says Vegemite is gross. I was in Australia for 3 months. Fun! ! Vegemite smells pungent. That's the thing. I've never actually tasted it.
Stings the nostrils.
It's got a musty kind of yeasty kind of smell to it.
Hey, but Alina, Michael Dixon averaged over 60 yards today. Not going to say we were good luck, but we were good luck.
Yeah.
Averaged over
I
60.
liked having him on the show. Hell of a guy, hell of a punter. Just don't want to see him out there very often in the games. You know what I mean?
Talking about flipping the field, though, one
Yeah.
of his was 68, pinned him inside the 20 on both of his ones over 60.
Absolute bomb.
Dude, a 45 net is awesome. He netted 60, averaged 60 today. Because his original average, I think his career average, like 47, like 4.
Those are nukes.
It's a fucking, yeah. Absolute missile.
Rams back.
Rom.
Your top player tonight,
Oh.
and DK talking to Gino. Love.
Top player tonight. That is going to be a tough one. Where are you going with that one?
Top player today, JSN.
JSN offense?
Probably. Yeah, some sweet catches.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got to give it to Joe. Got our only turnover. I know he gave up some unfortunate, completions. Just competing and fighting, though. Like, that's what I want to see. If a guy's going to catch a fucking ball one-handed, hey, he made a hell of a play. Or just laying out like a couple of them were. But at least he was there fighting for it. And if they don't throw those on, if Josh doesn't throw those on the money, those are interceptions.
You could go Gino also. The interception, but he, getting stepped on, okay, we could talk about the feet possibly, but that's just one of those things that doesn't happen very often and is like when it happens, it's so deflating and disappointing. But
you could
the
feel
snap
that,
over
yeah.
his head, I mean, that one's not on him. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess JSN, though.
Got to be JSN.
I'll go with
I'll tell you
JSN.
what, Barner's been
Dixon.
impressing me. Yeah, Dixon.
Could go with Dixon.
You could actually very well could go. Barner's been impressing me.
Oh,
AJ
yeah.
Barner, yeah.
Yeah.
He's predominantly used as a blocking tight end in college. I don't know why they wouldn't throw to him because the guy's got wheels, got good hands, and he looks strong out there in his catches. So I want to see him get a couple more
All right.
opportunities.
Ryan Mahoney, back in the chat, was down on the field pregame last Thanksgiving to propose to my fiance. We loved it. It was really cool, despite my nerves on the entire trip from San Francisco. Oh, here's a guy who's a Seahawk fan who comes up to infiltrate Lumen, but wearing the right colors, but from out of town.
A double agent, we love it.
Good for you, Ryan.
Appreciate you. Congrats.
Hell yeah, man.
Congrats on the proposal.
Congrats. Yeah.
We'll wait for our invitation to the wedding.
Shout out to some of my family members. Randy and Jack were there. We were down on the field.
So,
All of a sudden, I start hearing my own name. I'm like, what?
no.
What is happening?
So I keep hearing Lofa, and so I'm signing, right? And then someone goes, "Is that Brett Davern?" I go, "Yeah." So they go, "Brett," and then he turns around. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey," and then he kind of just waves because
Yeah.
he's
My
because he's got
cousins.
Patrick there.
My cousins. They drove all the way up.
Then he goes, "Oh, it's my cousin."
Yeah. It's awesome.
That show was hilarious.
It was good to see him. It's been a bit.
I was like, "Brett, someone's calling for you." You're like, "Yeah. Hey, how's it going?"
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, also shout out to somebody in the front row wearing an all-day hoodie.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
We got that. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. The royal blue one.
Yeah.
Looking styly. I didn't catch a name, but shout out.
Yeah, we saw you.
Yeah, we saw you. We took a
Savage.
picture of it.
Savage.
Try to find that. I think Mike's got a picture of that.
Mike's got a picture of it.
Oh, yeah. Jonathan Smith back in the chat.
Johnny.
So it's momentum then. The offense gets a first down, they get a reward. The defense doesn't, and that keeps happening, and it begins to drain you.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. When you see it continually happening, it's draining. Yes. This is like where the game can get like emotional, where guys are in their own heads and they're not thinking about the task at hand. And then the coordinator's calling 6 different defense. It's like if we just lined up in the same fucking defense, and because they're only running the same plays, at least we know where it's consistently breaking down. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's eliminate the variables. So one time, I think we were playing the Giants, and they were just marching down the field on us. And I look over. I'm not going to say what years or what coaches, but I see two coaches just fucking yelling at each other. I'm like, guys, give me a fucking play. And they didn't do it, so I was just, all right, hey, over four. We ran base. And I didn't look to the play for the next two plays, or to the sideline next play. I just said, over four. And they're yelling. Like, one of them's flipping me off. I was like, I got this. 3 and out, we get off the field. And then of course, they yelled at me when I got there, but we got off the field.
Yeah.
I was like, we're going to find out where this shit's breaking down, because it was called, going back home to mama is what our base, found it, quarters. We're all going to play over quarters, And so we just went back home to mama, and we got off the field. And it was like, it could be that simple. Whereas, now a coordinator's like, no, they're beating us in over. We got to go to under and bring the other safety down. They're just kicking your ass, and now you don't know where the bleeding's happening, right? But if my thought in that moment was like, if we just line up like this, just base defense, they know what we're in. We know what we're in. Now beat us. We got off the field in 3 plays.
Nice. Could use some of that today. Man.
It could be that simple.
They were just torching us in a lot of areas. We talked about Cook. We've seen him in my nightmares. Keon Coleman.
Cook was cooking.
Shakir.
Yeah.
You get the Rams coming in next week with the weapons that they've got.
Yeah, now Nakua and Cup's healthy, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Eaglet snapper.
Hawks are the antithesis to momentum existing. LOL.
Oh my God, you got the best takes.
It's late in the night for words like antithesis, but I like it.
I was going to go antithesis. But you make me laugh, and then you also bring up great points, especially with the time of possession. Oh, man, we really appreciate you. But
yeah.
Thank you for that laugh.
I mean, how do they get it back? How do they get it going? Where do they go from here? I mean, this one was a what? Go look yourself in the mirror, come back in tomorrow, have a players only meeting, have a campfire session. Let's all sit around and hold hands and sing Kumbaya to try to. What are we gonna do here? Is someone gonna knock over a Gatorade cooler? You go hot, you go supportive and positive here. What's the mood?
I think this is one where you're getting your fucking ass ripped.
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. That's why I'm asking.
Only Michael Dixon's coming out of this facility in one piece.
Okay. Yeah.
It's also because he's Australian.
Yeah.
And he's just tough, mate.
He's tough, but Aussies are kind of chill by nature too, though.
Yeah. But dude, everyone's gonna hear about it, and rightfully so. It's just it's as a professional, show up, do a job, right? And but we do, and I think even from a coaching standpoint, they're gonna have honest conversations amongst themselves. But all right, what do we do well, and how do we fix the run game is gonna be the biggest thing that they have to solve for, because it sets up everything else.
It's on both sides of the ball, the run game. How do we get ours going, and how do we stop theirs? Because Gino can get our passing game going, and we're doing decent against the pass, at least through the early parts of the game.
Yeah.
Our pass defense is, and I think our pass defense is actually ranked pretty high too right now.
Well, even last year when we were pretty bad, defensively, we switched from the 3-4. We just went 4 down, and we're like, hey, you got a gap, and now that's how, because you're still in the 3-4, you're still kind of 2-gapping and everything, but now it's all right, we're gonna find out. So who's the weakest link?
The weakest link is the people who comment on our Simply Seattle score prediction, because nobody nailed it again.
It's going to $200.
So we're up to $200 next week on the score prediction challenge, brought to you by Simply Seattle. Go to simplyseattle.com for lots of very good and cool apparel. You get these Seahawk hats over there, the overalls that Lofa rocks in a lot of our IG posts, because we know how to get followers. It's show some skin.
Hey,
right?
do whatever it takes.
Yeah, man. All kinds of good stuff at simplyseattle.com. Go to simplyseattle.com and use our promo code ALLDAY15. It's in all caps. ALLDAY15 to get 15% off at simplyseattle.com. And make sure you look for the score prediction post next week, because that thing is worth some cheddar. So check it out. What's up next here?
Might get 2 big hats.
Alina, who's blowing up the chat tonight. Alina, we love you so much. Thank you for always being here and for making your voice heard. Vegemite is made out of yeast. Bovril? What is that?
Bovril?
This is some other Australian. What is that?
Is better.
Bovril is better. Lofa, you're gonna reach out to Lumen to sell your beer. Wait, they have it? They sometimes have it? Some places you can get it? What's going on at Lumen?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Uh-oh. Okay.
But I did drink some Savage beer today. That's all I'm going to say.
Found some.
I didn't say anything.
Caesar Tello. Wow, Gino is so good. Fire. 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 Anyways. Wow, this was embarrassing. Sorry, Lofa, you suffered that shit show. Mike's first year, we got to be patient.
Yeah. Hey, Cesar, appreciate you as always, brother. You know, I just didn't get them pumped up enough, you know? That's on me. I didn't make the 12s believers that we were going to come out and kick ass.
That's because so many 12s sold their tickets to Bills fans.
I mean, they were deep.
Rolling deep, man.
Ramon deep. They were. That's how deep they were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, be patient, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Why? I don't want to be patient. I'm a sports fan.
Well, because Campbell only won 3 games his first year in Detroit, right? And I get it. We're not Detroit. We've never been that bad. But that was like an improvement for them. I'm still not moving off 11-6. All right. Now, we don't have a lot of wiggle room there. That means we're only dropping 2 more out of the rest of the games. But I'm not moving off of that. I'm not ready to move off it yet.
What have you seen that makes you not move off of it?
This is the only game we weren't in. This is the only game we weren't in. And once you get and buy the belief everybody's in and they're just pulling in the same direction, everything's going to happen like it did last week, where we get the turnovers, we limit the penalties, we go into Atlanta on the road, early start, everybody says you don't have a chance, and we beat the shit out of them by 20 points. Like, that's what's going to happen. But again, we lost the turnover battle, penalties. I mean, they were just penalized. We had 1 or 2 more. But, like, we are self-inflicted. All these, that can be cleaned up. It's different than if someone's just repeatedly kicking your ass every week and you don't know why. But it's one guy jumping out of a gap. The offensive line or defensive line can't, win the line of scrimmage. Like, we can get creative and do things to change that. But, like, I'm talking, like, there's other teams that are out there they're losing by 30 every week. And it's just like, they're scratching their heads like, what? Some of them probably looking for new jobs. Maybe not even in the NFL.
Just like jobs in general.
Searching the papers.
Oh, boy.
So we're not.
Papers.
We've been in every game but this one. And that's why if it happens again, I might have to move off the 11-6 to maybe 10-7. Maybe. But I'm not willing to go there yet.
Not yet?
No.
All right. John Langston joins the chat. Even with everything that's going on, it's all going to work out. JSN leads the team in receptions and on pace for 90 receptions this year. It's up from here.
Thoughts? What are you thinking about that one?
I would love to be as just seemingly blindly as optimistic as all of you guys, but I just the Bills are a good team. This was an ass kicking though. Yeah. In a lot of ways. And it was some bad penalties with some, frustrations boiling over with there's a lot of things to clean up from this one. Yeah. I didn't think I could get any more like pissed or upset as I was after the Giants game. You know, because
Yeah,
the Giants,
'cause they weren't a good
that's a
team.
team that you should be taking care of.
Yeah, they're not a good team.
I know, but for some reason, this one, my head, like I know that the Bills are that much better, but for some reason, this one has me more upset. I don't know. Fandom is a weird thing.
It is.
Yeah, unexplainable. What else
I
we
like
got?
your point of view, Johnny, and I agree with you on JSN.
Alina again. Do you think Coach Mike will beat Lofa in the count for the F meter in the team meeting?
No fucking chance. I'm very competitive. Yeah, no, like I said, it's gonna be ugly, and but they got to face the truth and be honest with the tape, and just I mean, I remember being a coach for Pete, and he's like, "What do we do about these penalties?" I'm like, "Fuck, don't play the guy. If there's a repeat offender, it's my fault that he keeps going back out there."
Is Coach Mike that fiery to walk into the room and
No,
drop a bunch of F-bombs and stuff? I haven't seen that from sort of on the sideline at all.
If anything could do it, it would be a shit show like today. But no, he's too well composed.
But is that what he
wise
needs
beyond-
to do then, maybe? Go get in there and turn the podium over?
I don't know. That might work in like high school or college even. But like,
Or in the movies?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that.
You never seen someone go in and just kick something over?
No.
Really?
Ed Ogeron, but we were beating the shit out of Auburn. That's what I didn't understand. He just came in and just fucking punched the whiteboard, broke it in half. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like everybody else, like some people were just like, ah. But like we were up like 14-0 or something at half. And so, but he was like, we're not going to let up. And just like punched it, shattered it. He's a beast.
That sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Rom's back. B-Dog, I'm the good guy. Wait, what? B-Dog, I'm the good guy, Jenna, but sometimes being the good guy means you're invisible. Who's the most invisible player on D and O? Go Hawks.
Did he drop a movie quote on us?
I don't know. Is that? I don't know. I'm not sure what the quote is from. But who's the most invisible player on D and O? Well, today I would have liked to seen more from Tyler Lockett or just more targets, more receptions. Not saying he wasn't doing his thing, but
Yeah.
just where was he
I think
in
that
general?
would have to be my offensive player just because, I mean, that's the one. That's Old Faithful. That's the one guy we can always count on to, like, show up.
Fant also, maybe?
Even in the, was it
No, he had
the
3.
Denver game, right? Like, it was quiet, and then when we needed him, Gino just kept going to him, and then even that one-handed stab to, like, clinch the game. We were watching it. We were like,
Yeah.
the clutch,
Yeah.
right?
The clutch.
And then defense.
We didn't get. Do we have any sacks? I don't think we had any sacks today.
Might have been one. Did each team have one?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Who was invisible on defense then?
I don't know anybody that stood out. Like in a good way. Even I didn't even know Ernest. New guy had 15 tackles. That is a shitload of tackles.
That's a lot.
And I mean, I can't wait to go back and watch it. I'm going to go back tonight and watch it because, I'm a fan of good linebacking.
7 solo and 8 assisted.
Yeah, that's putting in work. I mean, welcome to Seattle.
The second, you want to know who came in second? Kobe
Kobe?
with 6.
I like Kobe.
Ernest had 15
Yeah.
in total.
And
The next
closest
guy had
6.
6.
Yeah. And Kobe gets in there and mixes it up. I think today, I don't know. I didn't hear Big Cat's name called much.
Okay.
Lenny, And like that's a guy that, he's a monster. And that's one that has to be just continually paid. He's paid to kick the shit out of double teams. Like that is just how big, strong, fast, and physical. He's a freak of nature. And so I didn't hear Murph much today. I didn't. Did you?
Oh, Murph lost his first game.
The
streak is over.
I'm done.
He's no longer undefeated.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, you're right.
Dang it.
I had fun with that one too.
Jonathan Smith says, "You guys have a great night. My homemade mead calls."
mead?
Wow.
What's mead?
It's a honey
You know every.
a honey-based. Well, it's booze. It's
Oh,
a
hey.
honey-based.
I'm gonna have to try that sometime.
Is it ferment? It's like a beer, basically, right?
Thanks, Johnny.
It's brewed up.
You have a good night too, Johnny.
Yeah.
All right.
Get to it, Johnny. Alina here. Maybe go old school and bring back either stand a person in the corner or a dunce cap.
Oh, that if a guy fell asleep, Alina, they had to fucking stand. Like, so a guy falls asleep in the meeting. Hey, get your ass up.
That's pretty good.
And then like standing while you're like tired.
Oh no. I had an acting teacher one time in college that if you yawned in class, not like up in the scene, like even if you were watching someone else's scene and he saw you yawn, kick you right out of class. That was it.
Can you yawn with your mouth closed?
It's hard. It's not easy.
Alina, I like the dunce cap though. I would absolutely bring back the dunce cap. Just wearing a cap.
The hat of shame.
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 Shame for shame you.
Oh, it was a Rosati joke?
Brett, you let me down. You missed your own line, Jake.
Wow.
That was one of my lines?
Wow.
Oh, man. Yikes. I have to go back and review the tape on that one.
Brett doesn't read the line. Line reads Brett.
Brett doesn't ever know his lines. More like it. Oh, you guys. Thanks for being here, and thanks for laughing along with us, because sometimes if we don't laugh, we'll cry. Shout out to Epic Seats. And Producer Katie, can you make a note for me? I'm going to get to the bottom of this with Jimmy because
Seats.
we keep sort of putting it off and saying like, oh, that was the Giants fans. That's one of the original sort of NFL teams. They must roll deep. All these New Yorkers, maybe
Couple Super Bowls,
like they maybe just a bunch of Eli fanboys, you know. But now it's game after game after game. We got to get to the bottom of it. Mm-hmm. Epic Seats, everybody. Whether you're buying, whether you're buying, if you're selling.
We'll just cut it there.
If you're selling, fuck you.
We need help.
EpicSeats.com, everybody. Let them know we sent you. EpicSeats.com. They're the best. Local Seattle guys doing it well. That's the thing. It's a local Seattle company, all right? This is for Seattle's only.
We play a part in this.
You know what I mean? Locals. Locals supporting locals, everybody.
F&A Cotton.
EpicSeats.com. And thank you guys for watching tonight. And following along and listening. If you're listening on a podcast app, we love you. Check us out on social media. On Instagram, it's at All Day Family. On Twitter, which is now called X, it's at All Day Pod. Lofa is on Instagram. You can follow him. It's his actual name. I'm on Instagram. It's a stupid nickname.
Be Dav.
Yeah, but if you search me, I come up. Shout out to producer Mike, producer Katie, McNeil, Mama T in the house tonight.
She's somewhere. I don't know.
Shout out.
Where'd she go?
Alina jumping right back in, right on Brett. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night. Thank you, Alina. We love you. We'll be back this week to preview this upcoming matchup with the Rams. We'll have a Seahawk on as usual. We'll have someone to get us a Rams point of view as usual. And we will see you all then.
Yeah.
We're out. Good night.
And some moich dropping.
Get
Get ready.
Yeah. We should have been talking about that. Bye, everybody.
I'll send.